welcome back to our channel. A shocking secret buried for decades is finally revealed, sending the entire town of Fairmont Crest into an unprecedented state of shock. The story that seemed to have ended after a horrific murder case is suddenly torn apart again by an unexpected truth. The victim Tomas is not only the central character in that heartbreaking tragedy but also Bill's half-brother, who is believed to have had absolutely no connection to the deceased's past. The DNA shock has changed everything forever. Prepare yourself, because what you are about to read will take your breath away and keep you glued to your eyes. A shocking truth that has been quietly growing in the dark for decades has finally emerged, shattering the peace at Fairmont Crest and sending everyone involved into a spiral of shock, pain and unforeseen betrayal. When Bill held the DNA test file he had been waiting for with anxiety and disbelief. He never imagined that he would soon be confronted with a truth that would shatter everything he had believed about his past, his family, and himself. The test results not only confirmed the biological identity of Tomas, the victim of a horrific murder that had just shaken the community, but also revealed an unimaginable truth. Tomas was Bill's half-brother. Without warning, the truth appeared cold and hard on the page, like a deep cut into their family's past, which was already full of unsolved mysteries. The shock lies not only in the unexpected blood relationship between the two men, one at the center of a storm of suspicion and trauma, the other dead under unclear and unexplained circumstances, but also in the fact that everything Bill once believed in is now fragile and suspect. The mother he always believed was honest. The family he once thought was simple, the past he thought was written in clear events, all of it suddenly becomes a tangled, blurry maze full of hidden secrets. Tomas, the man who suddenly appeared in their lives, with shady behavior, unclear motives and a tragic end, turns out to be not just a stranger, but Bill's own blood. Every detail of Tomas's life must now be viewed through a new lens. His relationship with the Dupree family, the secret animosity between him and Bill. The confrontations that seemed to be based on personality differences or emotional conflicts now took on a new, deeper, more haunting meaning. The biggest question that rang in Bill's mind at this moment was not why Tomas died, but why had no one told him the truth sooner? Who had deliberately buried the truth all these years? And why had it been until Tomas's mysterious death that the secret had been revealed? In a daze, Bill began to trace the faint traces in his memory, the times his mother hesitated when mentioning a wild youth, the uncertain glances when Tomas appeared, the conversations that were interrupted whenever he questioned the stranger's true origins. The truth not only leaves Bill disoriented, but also forces the rest of the family to confront their own pasts. Bill's mother, the woman who has always been a model of morality and responsibility, is now at the center of a series of unanswered questions. How long has she been hiding this? And did she know Tomas was her biological son when he showed up at Fairmont Crest? If so, why didn't she admit it? If not, why didn't she realize it? These questions surround every moment of silence, pushing the atmosphere in the family into a state of suffocation and tension. The DNA shock also raises a horrifying hypothesis. If Tomas was Bill's half-brother, could the motive behind his death be related to someone trying to hide this blood relationship? Could it be that the murder was not simply a personal conflict, but part of an effort to cover up clues and prevent the truth from being discovered? The blood connection between the victim and a key family member immediately makes the entire investigation more complicated and questionable. Those who were once considered witnesses are now potential suspects, stories that were once accepted as truth are now questioned. Bill, now not only a relative of the victim, but also the brother of the deceased, feels the responsibility of finding the truth weighing on his shoulders more than ever. He cannot sit idly by and let the secret be buried again. He cannot let the past continue to bind his family in a spiral of lies. He begins to dig into his family history himself, turning over every memory, every small detail that has been overlooked. Every old photo, every faded diary entry, every forgotten conversation now becomes an important clue in the journey to find the truth. Meanwhile, public opinion in Fairmont Crest begins to stir. News of the blood relationship between Tomas and Bill spreads like fire to gasoline, stirring up curiosity, judgment and suspicion in the community. Everyone has their own hypothesis. Every rumor makes the truth more obscure. The media immediately jumped in, raising questions about Tomas's true identity, Bill's mother's past, and the hidden motives behind the tragedy that left a young man dead in such an unjust and mysterious way. Not only public opinion, but also the family itself began to crack. Accusations, skeptical glances, and fierce arguments gradually replaced the once existing bond. Other secrets began to follow. Stories that had been hidden under a veneer of morality now emerged one by one, causing trust to collapse piece by piece. Bill understood that he could not rely solely on the official investigation system to bring the truth to light. Too many people had reasons to hide. Too many forces had interests in maintaining silence. So he begins to work with people who were close to Tomas, reaching out to old connections, even past enemies, anyone who can help him paint a full picture of his brother's life. As Bill digs deeper, he realizes that Tomas's death was not an accident or a spontaneous murder. It was the culmination of decades of bad decisions, lies, and pain that never healed. The story of a brother kept hidden, a relationship rejected, a death shrouded in mist, all weaved together into a tragic and complex drama centered on a seemingly perfect family, but actually rotten from the inside by unspoken secrets. The truth about Tomas is the key to unlocking everything that has been buried. But that same truth could destroy everything that's left of Bill's family if he's not strong enough to face it. And that's just the beginning. There are many secrets yet to be revealed, and other truths that could be even more shocking are waiting ahead. The story of Tomas and Bill is not simply a DNA shock, but a series of tragedies created by greed, fear, and bad decisions that have haunted them all their lives. You think this is the climax? Wait and see, because what happens next could be even more breathtaking. Don't miss any of the developments. Follow and subscribe to our channel now so you don't miss the shocking secrets that will continue to be revealed in the coming days.